what's been missing for a good amount of years is just that proactive, assertive, old-fashioned, boots-on-the-ground policing.
So hey everybody, today we're here in Levy County in Bronson across from the Ace Hardware, and we're gonna meet the candidate for sheriff, Britton Drew, and see what he has to say. And he's got my vote already, so we'll see what he has to say, and maybe you'll vote for him too.
Because the camper is a good one, and the other one would be the boat ramp.
For sure. You ain't lying about that.
I have seen several marital disputes start at the boat ramp.
We may have had one.
When the boat's floating off or the trailer's like this,
I'm Jason. Britton's actually not here yet. I'm sort of some of the brains behind the operation, so
so maybe you can answer a few questions.
I can try. Yeah, depends on what they are. All right, let's hear them.
Hey, so what is it that you represent for Levy County? What changes would you like to see take place?
All right, well, first and foremost, I think one of the most important things to emphasize with this campaign is this is very much the regular guy running. He's not a career politician. He does not associate or depend on political friends or groups to put the message out there. It's our own organic, regular guy messaging, and he wants to be a sheriff for everyone all year round, not just an election year. I think that's one of the most important things to hammer down. I think regular, everyday people should relate to that, especially after watching all the politics unfold the way they've been on a national level. So we're just trying to, sort of capture that into this Levy County campaign, this election. Yep.
So we know that there's a large drug problem.
Yep.
Now, I won't mention specific towns, but some towns have a really rampant drug problem, and nothing has been done about it.
Yep.
What does the campaign promoting in terms of trying to get that wrapped up, trying to make that a better?
Yeah, and what's been missing for a good amount of years is just that proactive, assertive, old-fashioned, boots-on-the-ground policing. There's really no fancy answer to it. It's just we just got to get back out there. A renewed energy and a renewed morale, I think, is what's most important to get the troops out there and going. Because what's happening is it's just stagnant. Guys are just going out, responding to the calls, writing the reports, and moving on to the next one. And I will echo this because I'm close with a lot of the current deputies, and I hear the things that they're saying. I won't mention names, but it's a real message that I hear, and it resonates with me, is that a lot of them are frustrated because they don't feel like they have that support and that level of morale to go out there, be energized, and take on some of those issues in their areas that they work.
Do they feel like the ADA doesn't have their back, that they won't prosecute cases that they bring before them? Is that what's happening?
I've been in the field for almost 25 years, and that's always been a varying sentiment. You can pretty much find it anywhere where, you find guys that will, have this belief system or opinion that, prosecutors' offices are not being assertive enough. And that's sort of, the sheriff's office or even police chiefs, I admit, they generally don't have a dog in that fight. The best you could do is, you go out, you do the work, you package it, and you send it off, and then that's it. That's once it's in the prosecution's hand, what they do with it is what they do with it, And I think just to add to that too, I think it's all about relationships, right? And when you have a general credibility issue, right? And I'm being extremely generic about that. I'm not being specific at all. I think we have seen a trend of people being hired for the wrong reasons, based on who they're related to, who their last name is, and they're overlooking some of the ethical issues, some of those fundamental issues that regular everyday people, non-police people, used to have faith in that system, that hey, we have this system in place, that we're hiring and checking all those boxes on the ethical, not what's his political beliefs and opinion, who's he related to, where does he live, and where did he grow up. It's the principle side of it. I think that's been missing for a while.
Now, what do you think about the police officers wearing body cams? Because that's pretty antiquated system, just having the audio and that's it.
Yep.
And they decide to turn it on and off when they want to.
Yep. I mean, it's there's definitely a divided opinion on it. If it came down to my opinion, I have had the benefit of working a quarter of a century without a body camera. So it's easy for me to say that, you know, yeah, the body camera's no problem, no big deal, go out and do it. But in the day and age where you have a lot of hyper litigation, right? You have seen the trend of, you know, agency administrations and heads being quick to just side with the public narrative or opinion, as opposed to just relying on, you know, those credible facts coming from a deputy, coming from an officer. I think the body camera definitely helps shed some light on it. I think the only thing I'll add to this, and I can speak for Britton on this one because he and I talked about this extensively, the key to successful body camera management is not necessarily just the existence of it. I welcome it. I think it's a good thing. I think it's the management of it, how it's used. Is it used in a predatory fashion, or is it used in a proactive fashion? Is it being used to actually help and support the guys and actually mediate an issue, or is it being used as a punishment tool, if you will? And that's why a lot of guys get kind of, you know, standoffish with it, because there has been that culture out there in policing where you've seen it be used predatorily.
I think it really should be used for accountability. That's what we
Bingo.
We film for accountability.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good word too. I like it.
It protects both parties.
It does. It protects everybody, and I think that's where I was trying to get to. Is like, you know, even though we have seen the media take certain video footage out there and show portions of it, and it's missing a lot of context.
Right.
The full, unredacted body camera viewpoint, I think, sheds a lot of light. And believe me, I am not sitting here saying that everything I've seen police do out there, and this goes all the way back to the 90s to 2020 yesterday. I don't just universally, and Britton and I are on the same page with this too, we don't just universally believe that just because you're on the job, you were right. Because we have seen it, and we have seen incidents that unfold and the way that they interact with people where we just don't universally agree, because it's a real thing. Humans, make mistakes, right? And sometimes we have to question the motivation. If we don't agree with the motivation, or you don't agree with the mistakes, both can be addressed, right? The mistakes, I think, are remedied through training, right? Then the mistakes, okay, that has to be evaluated and handled however it needs to be handled based on your agency policies. And the public hears it, this is what puts a bad taste in people's mouth. And this centered around, I need you to give preferential treatment to this person because of who he is and the significance of his business in the county. And at some point you have to say, time out here, let's just think about this. Would you do this for everyone, or is it just this guy? And it's a discretionary thing, and I'm like, fine, you can do it that way, but consider what the general public is going to think about that. It's going to just add to that frustration. See, it's true. There is a two multi-tier system of treatment. Like, certain people of certain stature, where they live, who they're related to, are being treated wildly different than nobody.
Even their informants were being treated very differently, and allowing them to do things way on the other end.
Exactly, and again, this boils down to going back to the trend of morale within the patrol levels, right? I think that's one of the most frustrating things, because you know, you go through these academies, and what do they just pound into your head? You know, the ethical side, you know, the standardized side, equal treatment for everybody. And then they get out there and they're brand new deputies, brand new troopers, and they have these big, you know, gold-wearing bosses telling them to do things, and in their hearts they know this just doesn't seem right, and they're too intimidated to say, stop. So guys like me who are seasoned, that have been around a while, when I say really stop, no, we need to talk about this before you do this, and think about how this resonates with people, all of a sudden you're an ace.
Yes,
And that is,
I had the same thing working for the post office.
here's the man right here.
How we doing?
All right.
Let me put my individual strength up. Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, how are you?
Good. I'm Britton Drew, by the way.
I'm Tree Stranger.
Are y'all from here?
I was the former mayor of Otter Creek.
Okay.
And I originally came from Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale area back in 2005. But yeah, this county is in need of you.
Right. It's time for a good change, time for some more energy, some more motivation. I don't know what all Jason told you, but
Lots of good info.
that's good info. It's time we move up. You know, the county's growing.
Yes.
It's growing. We need some different, brighter ideas. You know, coming. I've worked at 3 different agencies. I just started off here in 2009 with the Levy County Sheriff's Office. Got a lot of good training there, a lot of leadership classes there. Then went to Fish and Wildlife Commission, where I was a member of our Special Operations Group, which is like a rural SWAT team. And I've done 6 tours to Eagle Pass, Texas. So I was doing border patrol stuff down there with when the governor sent us down there. So got a lot of good training.
Yeah.
Got a lot of good training. I was an acting lieutenant in Levy County with Fish and Wildlife Commission. So I got some good training ideas. That's something that I
That's good
want to
because
see.
there's a huge lack of training, I would say.
Listen, good group of men and women that work here.
Yes.
I can't. Every one of them are great people.
Right.
I think we do need more training. I want to implement the crisis intervention training, which is mental health training. It teaches how to de-escalate, talking to people when you show up to calls,
Yes.
and it also helps your deputies kind of figure out what kind of mental health issues or crisis this person has.
That is so
I want to
important.
implement that and also implement just more reality-based training in general.
Yes.
The more you train, the better quality you get.
Absolutely.
It's customer service. That's all it is to it.
Yeah, and there's the huge drug problem.
Absolutely. That's once again, that's just supporting your deputies to go out when they're not answering calls for service. Go be proactive. It works. I'll support you as long as you don't violate somebody's rights. You stay within policy. You treat everybody the way you want to be treated.
That would make a huge difference.
I appreciate y'all coming though. I hope y'all did get some lunch.
Oh, yeah, not
Okay,
yet.
good.
but-
Good. Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry I was late, bro, so I had to turn around and go back to the house. It's nice meeting y'all.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all still live in Otter?
We go back and forth now
Okay.
from here in Tennessee.
Oh, we're out in Tennessee.
Around near Lynchburg,
Okay.
around there.
Okay. Got some friends up here that do severe and all that.
Oh, nice area, very nice. But yeah, we still have plenty of friends living in Otter Creek, and we come back all the time and visit. So we got family that lives in Cleveland. So we go back. So we're very interested to see everything on the right track here
Right.
in Levy County.
It's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah, and some change definitely needs to happen. So we're excited to see new people coming in.
Took well, it doesn't see. I had to resign, so it was a lot of praying and thinking to do that. That was a big move to do that.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the right reasons. Coming from the heart, did a lot of praying. So.
Yep, and I love to hear that because I stay connected with God and I get my answers through prayer.
Absolutely.
So I love to hear
I
that.
can tell you, there was a couple times I've said, I don't know if I can pull this off. I even talked to the sheriff. I told him, I said, I like the sheriff. I respect the sheriff. He's a good
I
man.
respect him as well.
And I felt bad in my heart. I said, if I don't tell him, it would eat me up. So,
Right.
I had to talk to him. Tell him that's going to
Absolutely.
happen.
Yeah, I respect him too. He's a good man,
Absolutely.
but sometimes it's just time for something new. So
I'm not telling you I know everything, but I got some good ideas, and you get people underneath you, like I've been telling people. You get people underneath you that are smarter than you, and that you can
That's
trust. And there's already a great group of guys and gals there that you could use.
yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely,
right? So,
absolutely. That's
yeah.
how I've been doing this for, now, 20 years, because I started as a firefighter.
Wow.
Actually, so I started as a volunteer firefighter
That's
in high
great.
school. Believe it or not, in high school.
So that's good. So God's got it on your heart, and He'll stay with you through it.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Nice talking to y'all.
Yeah, it's
Enjoyed
been
it.
a pleasure.
I know you got the camera there, but nice talking to you. But yeah, enjoy the food.
I'm just helping.
Oh yeah.
Talk to some people. I'll get one. David, come out here and watch.
Yep. That's what we need. We need that reach, that far reach, you know. Messaging just has to resonate, and ultimately, if people want to see the change. You could come up with all the fancy flyers, and come up with the shirts and the merchandise. It's a matter of getting the people motivated, to engage and want to actually. I mean, I can't tell you, I'm actually surprised. Age guarantees that, right? But we've all seen the people that constantly have something negative or some type of critique. But then there's people that say they refuse to vote because they don't like it. So, well, you have to pick your battles there.
I'll actually call you today.
I should have you come and talk at one of my HOA meetings.
Yeah, let's do it. Might be opening the doors of my my new career in public information, motivational speaking. Right?
It's always fun to be on a board.
Yeah. So Form 6 comes in.
It's a blessing and a curse.
I know. I was a mayor once.
Have you already voted?
You might be mayor again. You see mayor in your future? Madam Mayor, do you see mayor in your future?
You never know. You really never know.
Make sure you tell me that actually they got hurt. That should probably fit her. Do you think? I mean, I don't think.
Get out and vote, Levy County. Get out and vote.
Yeah, leave it in the pool, man. Leave it in the pool.
Birthday shirt right there. Let me see what I have.
I feel like this is Britton's seat right here where he needs to answer questions.
Hot seat. Extra large.
Sit here.
Extra large. You're welcome. That was the most popular size we had.
We're getting old and fat.
Well, what size are you? I have a large and a large.
I went home, I pulled somebody with Britton Drew.
Cute. If she has an extra one, get me one. What size is that?
Large or extra large?
What size is that?
Extra large.